Ugh, I just heard my voice and it was horrible.
Blah, blah, blah.
So, can't believe people listen.
I know.
Isn't that wild?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you spending your time like this?
Don't you have things to do?
Kia ora and welcome to Really Blind, the podcast where... It's too funny. Kia ora and welcome to Really Blind, the podcast where sometimes you need to grow up and sometimes you're disabled. I'm Nevé.
And I'm Sam.
We're so glad you're back with us.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
How you doing, Sam?
Oh, life's happening. My earrings are jingling, so I'm taking them off.
My earrings are jingling.
For whatever reason, I wear my hoop earrings every time we record. This happened last time. No, life's good.
Good.
Which, whenever I say that, I'm shocked because I never expect that to be the case.
Yeah. Huzzah.
But yeah, what about you? How's life for you, my
Yeah,
love?
it's good. It's, ups and downs, trials and tribulations.
Absolutely.
But we're good. We're just making choices left, right and centre.
She be deciding things every day.
What are we talking about today, Sam?
We are talking about growing up disabled and what that looks like.
Yeah.
This is something I remember us talking about early on, being like, we don't want to do a podcast where we're like, oh, I was this age when I was diagnosed and this is what my primary... Like, we want to try stay away from that really boring personal history kind of stuff because I think most of the time, even if you know us as people, which you obviously do, hey...
Hello.
it's boring, it's semantics, like, so hopefully... It's boring, it's semantics, like... This is now when I announce that I am currently on school holidays, so I have not been able to articulate myself ever since the term finished, which doesn't bode well for this hosting a podcast thing that we've been doing for a year. Anyway, we're going to try pick aspects of our upbringing that will hopefully be interesting, and I genuinely think some of these things people will be like, oh wow, that is fucking surprising.
Yeah, because they seem boring to us because that's just how things were, but then you tell them to a normie and they're like, whoa, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Oh my god.
Right, I'm going to sip my flat lemonade and then would you like to start us off? I really like your first note here. I'm excited to have this.
Should I start out with that?
Why not?
All right.
Well, no, actually, it's up to you. Or do we try to do it chronologically?
Yeah, I guess we should. Okay, so going chronologically, I guess, I was not disabled for the first 5.5 years of my life. So I guess I haven't explained this on the podcast.
I think you might have mentioned your diagnosis. I actually think a lot of people in our lives don't know your story as well.
Okay, so I guess we're doing that. Wow. Okay, so I didn't have anything, was born non-disabled, and when I was 5 I got chickenpox like everyone else did in 2003, and the chickenpox somehow ended up causing an autoimmune response in my body, and that caused encephalitis, which then the encephalitis somehow traversed into acute disseminated encephalomyelitis, which is what caused the damage to my optic nerves. So that was really severe swelling in my brain and spinal cord, that while it was happening caused a lot of other issues as well, like motor function. I think my speech was pretty badly impaired, and luckily whatever drugs they gave me brought me back from all of that, and the only damage that I was left with was to my optic nerves, and they proper fucked. Like, I looked at a scan of them recently. They gone. But yeah, so that's why glasses don't work. Because it's my optic nerve that's cooked, not my retina. Edit out me saying not my retina. I sounded like an asshole.
No, I thought that was really helpful. I think that is good context.
Okay.
Truly.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. I was receiving treatment for a long time to kind of bring my sight back. I'd lost pretty much all of my vision at one point, and whatever drug therapy they were doing brought a lot of it back. Fuck yeah, modern medicine.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's been stable ever since. My left eye is better than my right eye. And then I went back to school in term 2 of year 2. The weird kid who has a teacher aide now. So, yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
From what I know, a lot of that is what you've been told.
Yes. I have quite a bit of memory from that time being in hospital and being in school and having to leave school to go to outpatients to get treatment. But I obviously was very, very sick and very, very young. So, yeah, a lot of that is what has been recounted to me.
I wonder if people would be interested if you could describe your memories potentially of your sight or your perception or even your outlook on life before and after that happened.
So outlook on life is really interesting because that didn't change in the slightest.
It's resilient.
We bounced back, babe. Yeah, it didn't change at all because to me I was just a kid and this was normal. That's just what happens when you were Nevé. So yeah, I was a very, very happy little kid and that didn't change at all. I do have some memories of being in kindergarten and looking across the room at the calendar and being like an entire massive room away from this calendar, and I have a memory of reading it from that far away, which is crazy because there's no way in hell I'd be able to do that now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I do have. That's pretty much the only one that I can remember really, really clearly. I'm sure I do have other ones if I sat down and thought about them for a long time. But yeah, so I do have memories of being able to see fully. I can't remember what the other part of your question was, but
I think that's kind of it. Outlook and then vision itself.
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah. I don't have any memories of being blinder than I am now because I think when that was happening, there was other stuff going on with my brain at the same time.
Yeah.
It wasn't just my optic nerves getting damaged. My entire brain and spinal cord was swelling. So, yeah, I don't really have memory from that. I have memories from being in hospital, but they're, a little 5-year-old's memories. So they're decades old, first of all. So unreliable, but also just like here and there, very spotty. And they're more just kind of memories of feelings rather than like visual memories, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Year and a half into the podcast, we finally got that story.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Tragically bye. Really round up. Boop. So, primary school. So, yeah, I got a year of primary school non-disabled. And then, yeah, from then on, I had a teacher aide with me 24/7 through primary school. Shout out Mrs. Wilson. She was lit.
Hey, Mrs. Wilson.
It was her the whole time. And yeah, I really enjoyed primary school. I absolutely loved it. I was a very weird in my own little bubble inside my head kind of kid. I went through a period after I got sick of not really having any friends. I had a best friend prior to that, and we kind of drifted apart because of me getting sick. Not because of it, but kind of after it. And also, you know, just you're 5 and 6. You're not going to stay friends with that person forever. You get put in different classes, you know. But no, I loved primary school. I sat for years at lunch and just stuck stickers in my sticker book, and I could not have been happier.
Yeah, nice.
Like, it was the dream.
Good stuff.
But I was the kid that had a teacher aide with me 24/7, and I was the only visually impaired kid in my school. But like, even beyond that, I think I was the only kid with a teacher aide in my school. So yeah, there were, you know, definitely points where, especially as I got older, that it became very annoying. Teachers can be very, very weird about that stuff too, in many a different way. And we'll get to that. High school. But yeah, I don't know, I had a really good time at primary school the whole way through. Like, it hadn't really hit me yet that, I guess, the social implications of my disability hadn't hit me yet. Okay, so I was getting support from BLENZ, which is the Blind and Low Vision Education Network of New Zealand. It's the Ministry of Ed funded support for blind kids, basically. So they were coming in and teaching me Braille and playing large print Uno with me. And I think that was it. But it was a grand old time. That wouldn't have been it. BLENZ is very helpful. But yeah, I kind of had a great old time. It wasn't until I got to intermediate and high school that the social implications really started hitting.
That's when shit changes.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And boy did it. How was your experience of primary school?
I too loved primary school. I had a really great time. I had so much fun. I loved getting up for school every day. I loved learning. I was lucky enough to always have friends and people I got along with, which was really nice. If I apply a disability lens to primary school, I think of athletics day and cross country. Like, that is the lasting memory that I have if I'm thinking about my condition. I'm trying to think like how relevant it was when I was a kid. My condition's progressive, and I didn't get officially diagnosed until 2012. So what they thought I had, dyspraxia, which I do not have, they didn't think it was progressive, but it also wasn't super prevalent in my body and my life. Like, it was just, I walked kind of weird, I ran kind of weird, I got sore sometimes. Like, it was just, I could still do everything the other kids could do for the most part. It was just, I did it weirder and it was harder, essentially. Which, when you're a kid and you don't really have that, like, you're not conscious of how you're being perceived, it didn't bother me that much. I didn't really get bullied for it ever. I think a kid made a comment one time in 6 years, which I think is pretty good. Yeah. I had sorry everyone, the lemonade's not a good idea because now I'm all sticky. Gross. I had a reputation of being like, oh, that's Sam, she's such a little go-getter, because like, and I was kind of like, what do y'all fucking mean? Like, I'm just running this sack race. Like, I'm just having, like, why is every parent like, oh, she's so wow, look at her go. Yeah, it turns out because I looked like a fucking muppet the whole time. And I have seen like old film developed pictures of me doing it. Fair enough, she looked fucking insane, but like, look at me go. Also, my primary school was on a hill, so like athletics and cross country was fucking gnarly, man. But I could still do it, and then it kind of began to suck more, partially because my condition is progressive and the symptoms start showing up in adolescence, which is why my diagnosis was then. And then also because, like you're saying, that's when you start to have like real social interactions and care what people think of you. and become self-conscious. Becoming self-conscious was like the worst thing of my entire life. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that gradually happening. That was like never, you couldn't pay me to go through that again. That sucked so bad.
The living worst.
Like, actually. And then you have to try so hard to not let that 11-year-old who's being perceived take over your brain forever. It's hard.
Yeah.
The advice I've received from people older than me at previous times in my life was that the best part of getting older is that you care less.
Yeah.
I think they were right.
They were right.
And I'm fucking ready for it!
Yeah, let's get older.
Let's get older. Aging is a privilege, and I'm
Yes.
very happy to do it.
Me too.
The progressive aspect of my condition is fucking awful. So, like, that really scares me. But aging itself, I think, is a really beautiful thing. So, that's a bit of a push-pull at the moment. But that's probably the primary school summary for us, right?
Yeah.
I think.
High school?
Dun 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 dun. Shall I start, then we flip to you?
Yeah.
Change it up. Keep it interesting for everybody.
Keep them on their toes.
Oh,
Are you on your toes, listener?
You. We met year 10, right?
Yes.
But we still had the you okay, babe?
Yeah, I just nudged my laptop a little.
Oh no.
Had a really big reaction though.
Scary.
Scary times. It's dark in here.
Sorry. I want to exist in candlelight all the time, as you know. We met in year 10, but we still had the exact same school experience in year 9 at the same school. I started to notice things were different in my first year of high school. All of the stairs that I was having to do to get to my classes, more than primary school, but it was hidden different. Something was different. I got really, really horrific tension headaches, which I do still get a fair amount if I'm not careful. So then my diagnosis process started, and then everything just was different from there on. The fact it was now progressive, the fact that I had a real thing, but we were given no support for it. Like, my parents were given no support. I was not really directed anywhere where I could get support. My condition's really rare. And then it all is represented through PE trauma, probably. And where else in terms of a school environment? That would probably be it, I think. If I'm actually thinking about the school campus, it would be the PE trauma.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I was still pretty much able to do most things that I wanted. I just stopped. By the end of school, I was a little bit better with not masking. Like, for many years there when I was a teenager, I would take the stairs even if there was a lift right beside it, because I just didn't want to be different to the rest of the kids in my group.
Yeah.
I would walk instead of taking the bus because I didn't want to be perceived as lazy. I was still doing a lot of that. By my last year, I'd started to be a little bit smarter about it, but that was probably the main memory I have of just pretending that I'm okay when I wasn't, which I'm sure you can mirror as well.
Yeah.
The PE trauma was pretty gnarly, and I know lots of people with all varying degrees of conditions and health and body types hold a lot of trauma from PE classes as well. The mentality of one of my PE teachers was just like, oh, just get out there. Like, you need to bring your PE gear. Just get out there and try your best. And I'm like, I found it so hard because no one had given me the tools to communicate my feelings. I didn't know what my needs were because I was a child. My parents probably weren't the most proficient at communicating with the school either. We had just been given no tools or resources to know these are my needs and this is what has to happen. So it just, and I was always perceived as making excuses or as being lazy or, fill in the blank. And that just, I think that's overflowed into my life pretty severely now. This constant fear of being seen as making an excuse or being lazy. It's a thing that I need to get the fuck over because rest is integral to my ability to exist. But I think a lot of that stems from Oh, no excuses. Put your gear on, try your best, run the beep test with no consideration of how that impacts me socially in my groups. I don't know if I ever told you this. I'm sure I have.
New information?
Potentially.
14 years later?
Potentially. I was talking to a friend a year ago, and they said they met someone once, years ago, who knew me, and they realised they had a mutual friend through me, and her identifier of me was something like, oh yeah, she was the one that, like, couldn't do PE, right? Or I think it was a little bit more condescending than that. Or, like, she was the one that ran weird. Or it was something that didn't feel very nice to hear. And that brought back all of the feelings that I don't feel now as an adult, where I'm like, you can think whatever the fuck you want about me. Like, I'm just fucking walking to my car, like, go nuts. But it brought up this, like, yeah, that fear of being perceived as different, and not only different, but, like, ugly and uncoordinated and undesirable and whatever else. Yeah, so, like, that totally played into that not wanting to participate in these physical activities. I have a fucking chronic condition. Like, the idea that these teachers are just allowed to be like, oh, just get out there and try your best is so insane. And when people ask me why I became a teacher, that is literally one of the reasons, because I never ever want to see a kid have to go through what I went through, and if I have the power to do something about that, then I will. Teaching's not an easy profession. I understand that you're balancing. I'm the one that's making 1 billion micro decisions a fucking day. I get it. But that was just, it's left me with stuff that's never gonna fully heal. And it makes me really, really angry that I don't even know how to articulate it. That's the position I was put in, and no one gave me any fucking support. Because that's stuff you can't get away from. How was your time at high school, Neve?
Well, where to begin? I started out high school with this brand new piece of technology that was basically a heavy-ass laptop and a massive-ass camera that I had to point at the whiteboard so that I could see the whiteboard on my laptop screen. And boy, did that make it hard to make friends. For context, I was sent to a high school which was, what would that have been, like a 25 minute drive away from my house?
Probably.
Yeah, like on the other side of town, objectively. Not close. Was not in zone for this school. Got in on the ballot. And all of my friends from primary and intermediate went to the school that made sense for the kids in our area to go to. And I was sent to this other school. So I knew absolutely no one. The teacher aid system at high schools is completely different to, well, the teacher aid system at our high school was completely different to the system at the intermediate and primary school that I'd gone to. So I had different teacher aides for each period. So I'm switching between all of these women in their 50s and 60s.
They always are.
They always are. And, you know, they're just trying to do their job. But I'm 12 and hate everything about this because I'm trying to be cool and make friends at high school, and I can't do that because I have an old woman following me around and a massive ass camera that I have to carry from class to class.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I found really difficult was just having to get from class to class because classrooms aren't labelled in an accessible way.
No way. If they're labelled at all.
Yeah, so I'm having to do a lot of memorising to remember how to get around this very huge, confusing high school. And the thing that was really difficult for me was the fact that I couldn't see the whiteboard. And, you know, the teachers would still sit me up the front of the class, even though that didn't help in the slightest, and they would make a big deal about asking in front of the entire class which pen colours worked best for me, and I had to humour them and say, oh, you know, black's the best. And they'd say, oh, but I really like writing in red or green. And I'd say, oh, well, you can do that then. It didn't fucking matter. I couldn't read it no matter what. It didn't matter. But I'm 12 and can't stand up for myself in that way to an adult. And that continued through school. I got better at dealing with that. Technology improved quite a bit in the early 2010s, so I ended up with an iPad towards the end of school, and I would just take photos of the whiteboard, which worked really well for me. But the main trauma for me from high school, and what kind of summarizes my experience at school, was that my teachers didn't give a fuck about trying to make learning accessible for me at all. And the things they needed to do were not difficult. They needed to be slightly more prepared and make sure that they had an enlarged copy of printed resources. Full stop. That's basically all they needed to do.
Can I give you teacher perspective?
Yeah.
I have a visually impaired student. I've had her for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Blends has come and talked to every one of the staff members involved with her journey. Do you know what? It's fucking easy. It's really fucking easy to cater to a student that has needs. And you know what? If it's not easy, you shouldn't be in this career. Why are you sitting and teaching a class of students if you're excluding one or not making one feel welcome? I don't want to pretend that I haven't made mistakes or said comments that I shouldn't have, because I absolutely have made mistakes in my job many times. But at the end of the day, I don't understand how you can let a kid slip through the cracks over and over and over. And not only that, not only one teacher did that, but nearly every single one of your teachers let that happen to you. And it's in some ways it's actually harder to do that than not.
Yep. And yeah, I have a similar teacher. I'm going to blow up their spot. I'm not going to say her name because I'm afraid.
I would be afraid too, but...
Yeah, not going to say her name, but you know who you are.
You know who you are, girl. Actually, no, I don't think she would.
No, she wouldn't.
I think she thinks you were her... She was your favourite teacher in the
You
world.
suck. So in... Do I want to say what class? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
In drama. This was my 3rd year of taking drama. I'd been in drama most of my schooling at that school with the same teacher. She was always my drama teacher. She was always our drama teacher. She handed out scripts to everyone, and I said, do you have a blown up copy for me? And this bitch turned around in front of the entire class and yelled at me, if you want it blown up, go and blow it up yourself.
Everyone just sit with that for a moment.
Everyone in the class went silent and kind of looked at each other like, oh my god.
She done did say that.
This bitch done lost her mind.
Mm-hmm. And remember how we used to play like lots of hand-eye coordination games?
Oh my god, throwing the energy ball around the circle?
Fucking energy ball.
Oh, kill me now. We're going to play this, and if you're going to throw it to Nevé, you have to... Sorry, if you're going to throw it to Nevé, you have to say her name.
I forgot she didn't know your name for like 5 years. Also, if you were a shit actress or an annoying student, that would still not be okay. That would still be fucking lowest of the low. To add insult to injury, you were by far the best actress in our cohort for most of the time we were at school. Like, you are the... Out of everyone in that entire fucking class, who did Queen Lear?
Me,
last year. I'm just saying, like, you're an investment she should be making.
Yeah. But I think she thought she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like, she was the teacher that I by far spent the most time with. Like, I was always, like, any interval, any lunch break, I was in the drama room. Like, you couldn't get me out of drama block. And... yeah, that's, like, there were other teachers that would make, small comments like that, but nowhere near as bad as that. In front of, 25 other 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Just, honestly, kill me right now. How fucking embarrassing.
The thing is, it would have felt embarrassing at the time. I hope you now as an adult can be like, that's not embarrassing for me at all.
No. Very embarrassing for her.
But horrifying that in that moment as a kid, you almost feel like it's your fault. Like, you feel when it's entirely her lack of
humanity.
Very good. Yeah. But that's something that you now carry for the rest of your life.
Yep. I'll never
she
let
wouldn't
that
have
go.
given it a second fucking thought.
No. Yeah. So high school kind of blew.
High school was a pile of dog shit. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I think we have 3 sections to this podcast. Section 1, primary school. Section 2, high school. Section 3,
funny anecdotes.
drinking. I'm getting used to it now.
Okay, before we move on to the next section of this 3-part podcast, I do want to share a little thing that was said to me throughout my adolescence and teenage years that I think our listeners might enjoy. I was begged not to become a lesbian when I was older because my life would already be hard enough as a visually impaired person.
Where's the lie, though?
Kind of ate with that. Loophole.
Like, I am fully aware of that as a thing that's been said to you. It's like, I still don't know how to respond. Like, it's so ludicrous. Did it work?
Halfway.
50%.
Still like women. Yeah, she didn't think of saying don't be bisexual when you grow up.
You found a loophole and you went for it.
Yeah. Like, okay, not a lesbian.
All right, so speaking of lesbians, our drinking habits for many, many years.
Very gay.
Yeah, we went to an all-girls school, so by the end of our time there, we'd turned on each other. The pool was small, and most of us actually stuck to that pool, even in a co-ed world that we live in.
Yep.
So, we do have vague intentions to do a drunk podcast at some point. Mm-hmm. Are we going to talk about being drunk? Like, do we save that for that?
I don't know, because I kind of feel like maybe we just get drunk and see what happens when we record.
You know what? I like that a lot more.
That could be silly and giggly and fun, whereas we could actually tell, and I'm sure some more anecdotes will come out once we've had a glass of wine.
Yeah.
But we're also not big drinkers, so actually getting around to doing that, we're holding on to some good tales.
We are.
And to wait until we actually want to get drunk and sit down and record a podcast.
And drinking is just so much admin.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can maybe we keep this just to times when we had a tipple in high school. Because many of those tales do transcend.
Yes.
Do transcend our graduation. So.
Yeah. Yeah, good call.
Okay. So, what did you think was going to happen when you got drunk? Before you'd ever had a drink, before you ever got slaughtered at one of our house parties, what did you think that was going to be like for you?
Well, I was told that when I drank, I was actually told I wasn't allowed to drink because if I did have a drink, I wouldn't be able to see.
Blind drunk.
Blind drunk. That's me.
We found it. What was the first time you got proper trolleyed? Proper. Was I there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Edit this out, obviously. It was the super slut rave.
Oh!
Yeah.
I don't want to edit that out.
You can keep that in. It was the super slut rave.
That is a party that we threw.
That was the first party I ever got invited to.
Which is why it was the best one.
Yeah.
I also accidentally invited my cousin who was 25 years my senior instead of my friend. So he saw the whole event. And then I
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. My cousin who would have been probably like, I shouldn't want to age him up, but like fully grown adult with 2 kids.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, no, so
Woo.
I had to sort of send an apology to him for that.
So, yeah, that was the first time
There's
I
a
got
big night.
drunk.
There's a big night for everyone involved.
We got drunk. And I realised I could see better when I was drunk.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. Look out, alcoholism, here Nevé comes.
Everything you know about the world is wrong.
Because, yeah, and this is still an experience I have as an adult. I can see better when I'm drunk.
I can see clearly now the vodka's hit. What did we used to drink? Vodka. Smirnoff Ice. I would have had like 14 cans of Smirnoff Ice double black that night, and then I woke up on the hallway floor.
Or like KGBs were a big...
Oh, I forgot about those.
And cruisers.
Yeah, like a raspberry vodka cruiser, so your vomit was bright pink.
Yeah. Yum.
Thank you for your letter.
vomit. Yum.
Damn it, I wish I'd got it at the same time as you, because that would have been so good.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. And beyond the disability side of it, I just felt incredible. I had like the best night of my life. And so I was like, yeah, these Smirnoffs really do be hitting.
A time. As a disclaimer to all of the young... The youths that are listening, we are not condoning binge drinking.
No.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's very bad for you. Both Miss Nevé and I have made many regrettable decisions.
So many. Like, that last year of high school was bad.
Woof. Don't do
Bad.
it. Don't do it.
It's
but
not worth it.
if you're disabled, try it.
Yeah.
Because
Life's hard enough. Don't be a lesbian.
you're a lesbian, life's hard, get drunk.
We should sell merch that says that.
That's going on our first merch line. Hey, A is Colour, what's up?
Sponsor us.
Oh, no, God. I feel like we definitely couldn't talk about this if we were being sponsored.
What was your first experience?
me being like, I'll talk about me, and then you going to be like, let's talk about you now. I'm sorry to just like invite myself to the party there.
No, you're at the party. It's called Wheelie Blind.
I'm willing. Sorry, you go. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, what was your first experience of getting drunk?
Your favourite part of the trip. The first time I got fully drunk was after semi-formal in year 12 at a secret party I threw at my parents' house. I did come clean to them 3 days later. My mother thought I was going to tell her I was pregnant, so when I said I threw a party, she was very happy about that. And it was accidental, but a really great way to break it to her. Yeah, turns out I feel and think I'm able-bodied when I drink. Like it is to this day, my body forgets fatigue and my brain forgets to care what I look like, and I feel I can do anything. I wonder if that is why you and I drank a fair amount growing up, because it just, that feeling of invincibility and also of not caring was really exciting. Like, one time I was in town with a friend and we almost walked all the way back to our house from town because I was like, yeah, I can keep going. Let me keep going. I thought I had more things to add to that, but your thing was way better.
I think a big part of it, though, that you mentioned is, you stop caring. Like, I didn't care. Like, I wouldn't have been masking. Because I wasn't thinking about it anymore. I was just thinking, yay, drunk.
Yeah.
And that was so good.
It's definitely the perception thing, is obviously you lose inhibition when you drink.
Yeah.
But on like a physical level, I'm curious as to why that happened. Like, is it an energy thing? Maybe I was having a lot of sugar because I was drinking RTDs and things.
Yeah, but like,
But even me on like 2 glasses of red wine now, I'm like, cool, I'll walk my way home. Like,
yeah, and like my double vision goes away, and all the flickering lights that are constantly there in my vision go away.
So what do you think the explanation is for that?
It's got to be something relaxing in our brains.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah. Because that's so weird.
Hi, scientists.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
At science.
Hello, science.
Let us know. We'd love to have you on the podcast, science.
Please come join us. Please give us some decent content. We're running out. It's been a year. No, we're not. We have so much amazing...
so much
good stuff in the pipeline for everyone. Here is my question. Did you find people treated you differently when you were drinking than when you were sober? Is that hard to answer because you were also drunk?
Yeah, but I think so. Because people were also drunk, and then they would ask all the questions that they never would have asked if they were sober. And
you felt okay to answer them if you were drinking?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know, it is really hard to remember because it was a long time ago and I was drunk. But yeah, I think that's an experience that I still have now. Like, people do.
People do, eh? I've seen it many times with you.
Yeah.
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 Did you find your friends, people in your life helped you growing up with your accessibility needs?
Here and there.
Right.
Sparingly, I would say. A lot of it was me. I think if I'd asked for help, they would have.
Yeah.
And I think if I hadn't masked as much as I did, they would have known that they needed to help more. But I was playing it super cool, so they didn't think I needed any help.
Yeah.
Because a comment I got a lot in high school was, oh my god, I had no idea that you're visually impaired.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah, and I bet that feels a little bit like a win for a second, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it did. It felt like the biggest compliment I could get.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm winning at life.
Me too. When someone's like, oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
They always would like hit a dopamine. I'm like, oh my god, I won.
Whereas now if someone says that to me, usually my response is, are you not paying attention?
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously visually impaired.
Yeah. Or like, stop trying to throw that at me like it's a compliment, as if disability is something we shouldn't be. Or like can't be perceived as.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here it is. Neve's really excited for this because I've made the mistake of like talking about it for about 4 months.
6 months. It's been 6 months.
Yeah, way too long for what it is. It's not going to hit like you want it to.
Okay.
I used to front this. I feel like I was pretty fucking useless with meeting your needs for a lot of our early years of friendship.
Okay.
We weren't super close.
No.
Right? And I feel like I didn't know how to meet your needs. I should have asked. But I feel like it took a long time until I kind of understood.
We were kids.
Yeah. What we were kind of doing. This video, which I pulled out of the archives from the 19th of December 2015. Interesting date. We were at a friend's house and I think we had all drunkenly stumbled down to a nearby park.
I remember this evening.
And we were stumbling back. Very, very little piddly, stupid, useless steps outside that door, which was very likely to trip over a Nevé or a Sam. Mm-hmm. When I found this randomly months ago, I was like, this just feels like it's going to be interesting to listen to on the podcast. It's only, I'm going to play the whole thing. There's only about 15 seconds of interest, but like, tell me what you think.
Okay.
I hope so. Steer. 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 You did it, yay! This door's trippy. You did it!
I'm very proud of you. I know why. It's fancy intense.
Fancy F. Right. So that's literally all it is.
Oh, drunk Sam makes me giggle.
Oh, drunk Sam is the worst. I am so sorry that it is anticlimactic as it is.
No, not at all.
I was like, I was yelling stare at you 11 years ago when we were both absolutely slaughtered and then like had a party for you in the lobby that we both made it up the stairs. I just thought it was really interesting that even in like there'd been some kind of communication between us even all the way back then.
Yeah, because I don't remember having any conversations with you about our disabilities
At all. And I don't.
But we must have.
Because
you were the person helping.
And I couldn't decide if that was fucking annoying and me spotlighting you or if that would have actually been helpful.
There's no way to know.
No.
But at the time, I don't think I would have seen it as unhelpful. And, like, we both would have been very, very trolleyed.
Totally.
So it would have just been fantastic that someone even cared.
I'm almost certain you and I were, like, holding hands or had linked arms.
We would have been.
Yeah. I just thought that was an interesting, like, I didn't know that our supporting each other's needs went back all the way.
That feels like something fairly recent.
It does.
Honestly.
That's why it shocked me. I was like, oh, yeah, no, like, maybe we're underselling ourselves a little bit for how long we've actually been helping each other out.
Yeah. Aww.
I know it wasn't super exciting, but I just thought it was kind of cute.
That's just so cool that, we clearly had those conversations. Probably drunkenly.
Probably. I literally could have been that same night.
It could have been that same night at the playground.
Could have been.
But we still had it.
Yeah.
We were 17 and we had that conversation. 17. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Wonder what those girls would think of this podcast.
I don't think they'd be listening.
They'd be fucking bored.
Yeah.
They'd be
this
like,
sucks.
I listened to the drunk episode and that's all I care about. Yeah,
truly.
Okay, is there anything else before we round up?
I don't think so.
There is a thought that I had planning this where one of my mum's old colleagues who has always been really lovely, I haven't seen her maybe in about a decade, she happened to have a child with the same condition as me, except the child had type 2, so more severe than what I have. And at one point, for context, type 3, there's so much variation in my condition. My current type 3B is like I'm a part-time wheelchair user. Type 2, you're basically in a wheelchair from infancy. That's what happened to this woman's daughter. She's beautiful. And she was in a wheelchair for her whole short, beautiful life. She did not live a very long time. And at one point, mum's friend said to me, or to my mum, in reference to me, it's easier for Ellie because she's always been this way. Whereas for Sam, with her condition changing to the degree that it has, she's seen how the other half lives, and then she's had to like have that taken away. And I've always found that so compassionate and empathetic and interesting, because I don't know how true that actually is. But that perspective I thought was really validating and really fascinating. It's something I grappled with a lot growing up. Of like, I see friends now that'll be like, you used to wear heels all the time, like that was your thing. And I'm like, yeah, girl, do you know how much fucking money I would pay to wear heels again? Yeah. So having to adjust and adapt to adulthood, and then also learn how to live with a progressive condition, and also learn to live with how to disclose to new people that you're dating that you're disabled, how to navigate different parts of your life living alone. Like, it's a whole ass fucking thing. But I tell you what, I am so glad I am done with the growing up part.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Girl, me too.
I hope I'm always growing and changing. I don't ever want to go back to being a teenager. Nope. I think it's time for Tri-Weekly Bi-Weekly Roundup. Boop.
fuck, we nailed that.
That was like, there was no cuts there.
Oh,
That was a slay.
we just looked at each other and knew.
We're there.
We're there.
We're so there.
We've reached it.
Okay, you stop, please, because I don't know what the fuck mine's gonna be.
Okay, mine is silly. So my favorite book and my favorite audiobook got made into a movie, and it came out at the end of March, and it was really, really good. I went and saw it the day it came out, and I cried for, it's a 2.5 hour movie. I cried for the last 90 minutes of the film.
Wow.
Not because it is a super emotional journey, but a lot of that 90 minutes isn't very emotional. I just couldn't believe that I was watching my favorite book. The movie is Project Hail Mary. I'm sorry I didn't say it. Thank you, Andy Weir, for your contribution to our society. So everyone go see it. It's really good. But the book's better, so read the book and then go see it.
My tri-weekly bi-weekly roundup today is that I went to see Peach PRC in concert a few weeks ago. It's been a concert-y start to the year, apparently, and she didn't see me trying to like break out of my human condom like Ed Sheeran did, so I felt
Unfortunately.
fortunately. So that was a slay. Peach was stunning and lovely and beautiful, and it was a really fun, great concert. The crowd was so sweet and supportive, and it was just like a really great night. I was the only wheelchair user at the event, and I didn't even know this going in there with my friend, but there was a tiny like raised ramp bit at the back of the mosh where we could cheer out, and it was so cool. Everyone was so nice. It's the most positive concert disabled experience that I've had, and it just made the night feel so safe and so fun. And it's so great to rewire the like 5 or 6 awful ableist experiences I've had at other concerts. And it was just a really lovely, great time, apart from some of the dirty looks from 1 or 2 security guards. But my friend said she saw that and I didn't. I'm like, girl, I just don't even look anymore. So that's my summary. Thanks for listening. I think we're done.
We're done.
Thanks everybody. I hope you're enjoying listening to this on whatever your favorite platform is.
Oh my god, where are you right now?
Oh my goodness. We don't want to tell you how long it took us to figure that out.
It was really, really stressful, team. You better be grateful.
Both of us almost cried when we spent several hours on it. But we did it, so it's done. Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.